was asked to, first of all, read some from my latest book, the Don't Worry, Be Grumpy. And it's going to start off with about being mindful. The story is, don't just be mindful, be kindful. A wealthy woman went to her meditation class one evening. Many of her neighbors had been robbed, so she told the guard at the gate to her mansion to be alert and mindful at all times. When she returned, she discovered that her mansion had been robbed. She scolded her guard. "I told you to be mindful of burglars. You have failed me." "But I was a mindful man," replied the guard. "I saw the burglars going into your mansion, and I noted burglar going in, burglar going in. Then I saw them coming out with all your jewelry, and I mindfully noted jewelry going out, jewelry going out. Then I saw them going in again, taking out your safe, and I mindfully noted again, safe being stolen, safe being stolen. I was mindful, man." Obviously, mindfulness is not enough. Had the guard been kind to his employer, as well as mindful, he would have called the police. When we add kindness to mindfulness, we get kindfulness. A few years ago, I had food poisoning. Months of my tradition depend on alms food, offered every day by our lay supporters. We never really know what we are eating, and we often put into our mouths something the stomach later has an argument with. An occasional stomachache is an occupational hazard for monks. But this time it was far worse than a bout of indigestion. This was the agonizing cramps of food poisoning. Instead of the hospital, which a sensible monk would have done, I used kindfulness. I resisted the natural tendency to escape from the pain and felt the sensation as fully as I could. This is mindfulness. Experiencing the feeling in the moment as clearly as possible without reacting. Then I added kindness. I opened the door of my heart to the pain, respecting it with emotional warmth. The mindfulness provided me with feedback. I noticed that my intestines had relaxed a little because of the kindness, and the pain was slightly less. So I continued with the kindfulness. Little by little, the pain decreased, as the kindness did its job of relaxing the digestive tract. After only 20 minutes, the pain had gone. Totally. I was as healthy and relaxed as if the food poisoning had never occurred. True story. That was full-on food poisoning. The cramps hurt like hell and made me double up in agony, but it was countered by full-on kindfulness. I have no idea what had happened to the bacteria that are the cause of food poisoning, but I didn't worry about that. The pain had gone completely. This is but one personal example of the power of kindfulness. Kindfulness is the cause of relaxation. It brings ease to the body, to the mind, and to the world. Kindfulness allows healing to happen. So don't just be mindful, be kindful. Little story to add to this. Thomas, not his real name, had spent many months meditating in our monastery in Australia before returning home to his home in Germany to pursue further studies. He told me this story of how kindfulness had made him 20 euros when he really needed it. On Thomas's first day on the campus of a German university, it was Hamburg University, an ATM machine emitted a strange sound as he passed. A type of gurgling sound, as he described it. He imagined that the university ATM was welcoming him onto campus. From that day on, Thomas repeatedly sent thoughts of kindness to his friend, the ATM, whenever he passed it. Something like, may your banknotes never run out. May your customers never hit you when they discover they have no funds. May you never suffer a short circuit, and so on. After many months, Thomas was sitting in the warm sun, having his lunch, within a few feet of his friend, the ATM, when he heard the familiar gurgling sound once again. He turned around to see a 20-euro note emerge from the machine. He had been to the ATM. He had been close by to the ATM for at least 15 minutes, and no one had come close to the machine, let alone try to make a withdrawal. So he went to the machine, took the note, and then waved it in the air to see if anyone claimed it. No one did. Thomas, the poor student, said "Danke" to his friendly ATM and pocketed the cash. The power of kindfulness.